It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, a 13-year-old Glenn County boy is in a Georgia Regional Youth Detention Center in Waycross, Georgia today, charged with murder and the shooting death of a 29-year-old man named Deshaun Harrison of Glenn County, who was shot Christmas Eve shortly before 11 p.m. Sunday at 114 Fairman Avenue. Harrison was transported to Shands Hospital in Jacksonville, Florida, where he later died. Police say the shooter, the 13-year-old boy, fled the scene, but a Glenn County K-9 unit located and apprehended the boy later. The relationship between the boy and the victim and the circumstances surrounding the shooting have not been released at this time by Glenn County Police, but they're asking that if anyone has information about the incident to contact the Criminal Investigation Unit at 912-554-7802 or the Silent Witness line at 912-264-1333. Once again, this shooting occurred Christmas Eve. Again, a 13-year-old Glenn County boy has been arrested and charged with murder and currently being held at the Georgia Regional Youth Detention Center in Waycross, Georgia. Jesup Police Chief Chris Hamilton says the GBI has been called in to investigate the high-speed chase which occurred here in Jesup on December 21st. Jesup police officers spotted a stolen vehicle on North 4th Street near Martha Smith Elementary that had eluded Wayne County Sheriff deputies and the Georgia State Patrol earlier that date. The vehicle eluded officers after multiple efforts to stop it on North 4th Street, encountering heavy traffic on Georgia Highway 38 and continuing to reach Georgia Highway 27 and 301. After entering the 301 area, the vehicle drove down Devonwood and Palm Street at high rates of speed throughout the neighborhoods. Officers were able to surround the vehicle in an empty lot between the junctions of Devonwood and Palm Street, but they were unable to contain it. In an attempt to stop the vehicle, an officer discharged his duty firearm, disabling the front left tire. The vehicle then exited the vacant lot and returned to Georgia Highway 301. When the vehicle arrived at 301, it proceeded to the wooded area behind the Church of God of Prophecy. The truck eventually became wedged between a few trees before making it to Jesup Elementary. Officers were able to arrest the driver at that time. The driver of the vehicle sustained no obvious injuries, was taken by patrol car to Wayne Memorial Hospital for medical clearance before being transported to Wayne County Jail. While waiting for medical clearance at the hospital, the suspect was able to escape the deputy's custody and flee on foot in a wooded area behind the Sonic and Food Line areas. Deputies arrested the suspect shortly thereafter after he was sighted near Sunset Loop and Georgia Highway 169. Police Chief Hamilton has asked the GBI to come in to investigate the duty-related discharge of the firearm and the Georgia State Patrol to investigate the vehicle pursuit. Due to the nature of the incident and the open investigation, further details are being withheld at this time. Chief Hamilton asked that if anyone has information pertaining to the case to simply contact the Jesup PD at 912-427-1300. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade, once again a big success. Tremendous crowd on hand and a lot of entries into the parade. Here's a list of the winners. Overall winner, the Santa Award, went to the Calvary Baptist Church for their beautiful float. The Frosty Award went to Coastal Has Gone Crazy for the most entertaining entry. The Elf Award for most creative goes to the Cottage Events and Photography. The Rudolph Award for the best use of lights went to the All-American Cages. And the Mrs. Claus Award for best use of theme went to Down to Earth Trailers. The theme, again, it all started in a stable. If you missed the parade, the Chamber of Commerce has it posted on their Facebook page. You can view the Christmas parade on the Chamber of Commerce Facebook page at this time. The Chamber of Commerce gearing up for their Eggs and Issues breakfast Thursday, January 4th at Coastal Pines Technical College. The event begins at 8 a.m. and runs till 10 a.m. Tickets are available at the Chamber. For members, $30. For non-members, $40. Again, they state it's a great opportunity to hear from our legislators before they head to Atlanta to begin the 2024 legislative session on January the 8th. Featured speakers will be State Senator Blake Tillery, State Representative Buddy DeLoach, and State Representative Stephen Meeks. Once again, the date set for Thursday, January 4th from 8 to 10 a.m. at Coastal Pines Technical College. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news, at least 14 people killed on Georgia roads and interstates over this Christmas travel period. The Georgia State Patrol reports fatal crashes in Fulton, Cobb, and Cherokee counties. Deadly wrecks also reported in Paulding, Noonan, Waycross, Hinesville, Dublin, and Albany. Now troopers and law enforcement agencies focused on keeping travelers safe during this New Year's weekend. The Department of Public Safety says always have a plan to have a sober driver to help make roads safer for everyone. This time of year, there's an increase in social gatherings with loved ones and friends where there's a greater likelihood of alcohol being consumed. They ask you please don't drink and drive. Georgia State Patrol says to slow down and buckle up and make this a safe and happy New Year. 2024, an election year in the state of Georgia, and Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, Attorney General Chris Carr, and Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger all are likely contenders for higher office. Governor Brian Kemp also looking for a possible challenge to U.S. Senator John Ossoff. Kemp's 2024 presidential endorsement is coveted by GOP candidates who have traveled to Georgia to court his support. Kemp likely to announce within weeks his decision, though he has said he will support Donald Trump if he is the GOP nominee. Georgia presidential primary date is March the 12th, same day that Wayne County voters decide the county's SPLOST 5 referendum. The County 5 referendum is a yes or no vote. County hoping to extend the SPLOST funds. They hope to use the money for courthouse security, to build a community center, and to build an equestrian center. Those are the three main projects listed on the referendum. There will be 3 weeks of early voting before the March 12th date. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports coming your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.